City volunteers in Wuhan and Chengdu deliver daily necessities to medical professionals on the front lines. Senior volunteers do recycling at Singapore's Eco-Awareness Center despite the epidemic. Welcome to the Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. In China, Wuhan city volunteers continue to deliver daily necessities to the medical staff on the front lines. They recently delivered sanitary products for the female medical professionals. Meanwhile, in Chengdu, Sichuan, a doctor has asked children to draw cards to be given to the medical staff.
接到任务，要去运一批物资到医院去，给外来的医疗队。
Since the epidemic outbreak, Tzu Chi volunteer Dong Lingyi always wears protective clothing when he goes out. This time, he's purchasing sanitary products for the female medical professionals.
这是给第7医院。
We're delivering these daily necessities to the medical staff at the 7th hospital. This was purchased by our Tzu Chi Wuhan volunteer team.
对，购买的采购。
Dong Lingyi, whose hometown is in Jiangxi, used to go back home for the Lunar New Year holidays. This year, he chose to stay in Wuhan. He has been helping out by delivering medical supplies to the hospitals.
其实出发的时候，我想过。
Before I left, I thought about whether or not I should invite a volunteer to take photos, so we can have some records of Tzu Chi missions in Wuhan during this time. However, I thought that if one more person comes out, there's more risk. So I hesitated for a while and still did not invite anyone.
所以我犹豫了半天，还是没有邀约。
This group of volunteers in Chengdu, Sichuan also helped deliver supplies to medical professionals.
这是一线的医护人员，给他们补充一点蛋白质。
Besides preparing health supplements, Dr. Luo Shuhua from Huaxi Hospital also asked children to draw cards to deliver their best wishes to the medical staff.
Although the cards might not be perfect, since they are made by children, I think they are priceless. In this society with a fast pace, you can easily buy something delicate. However, these handmade cards express their true feelings. I think the medical professionals will be deeply touched by them.
感动地收到。
After organizing the 300 gifts, volunteers delivered them to the hospital.
The multigrain powder is very nutritious and can be eaten after you mix it with water. We want to enhance everyone's immunity. Then this is lotion. After the medical staff washes their hands, they need to moisturize their skin.
As the volunteers show their support of the medical professionals, there's more strength in fighting the epidemic. During the epidemic time, medical professionals on the front lines have a need for epidemic prevention supplies. Therefore, city volunteers in Dongguan have made 400 face shields and delivered them to the hospitals. They help to protect and encourage the medical professionals. After cutting the sponge, pasting double-sided tape, and adding an acrylic sheet, a handmade face shield is done.
During epidemic time, medical professionals on the front lines lack face shields, so we mobilize volunteers to make some face shields.
During epidemic time, it is difficult to buy epidemic prevention supplies. City volunteer Zhong Wenhui, who works at a hospital, has asked city volunteers for help. They've delivered 100 face shields by the end of February. Then, by the beginning of March, they're producing a second batch of face shields.
The factory owner, Mr. Huang, is personally punching the grommet. It is truly amazing. Everyone is working together with kindness to fight the epidemic.
Everyone wants to do their part to support the medical professionals. Not only does the factory owner personally work the machine, the sponge cutting factory is also doing the work free of charge. With the volunteers' efforts, 300 face shields are produced and delivered to Binghai One Center Hospital.
这样，放上一点点，放上对对对，刚好可以啊，好看得很清楚吧？拉星星，感觉如何？还可以吗？就是这样好，就是拿又改良了。我身为一位慈济志工。
Being a Tzu Chi volunteer and a medical staff member, I've witnessed how the volunteers work as a team to produce and donate the face shields. I am deeply touched.
我内心是非常感动的。
In fact, during this time, most people do not come to the hospital unless they are seriously ill. However, you have come to the hospital despite the difficulties to deliver the face shields to us. It's very moving.
So the volunteers have become the strong support of the medical professionals. They're willing to do more to strengthen the power of love. In Taiwan, everyone's on alert for the coronavirus, and people have a need for masks. The Jingshan Library in New Taipei City has turned a space in their facility into a sewing classroom. With 4 sewing stations, they made 150 reusable fabric masks for seniors.
你好，你要领户口照是吗？是。好，那你麻烦你那个证件。等我满70岁了，那我帮你抄下去。好，谢谢。
Besides providing those over 70 reusable masks, the 3rd floor of the Jinshan Library is also doing something different. When you enter the 3rd floor, one sees 4 sewing stations and a volunteer teaching the public how to use it.
折1个折，折2个折，折3个折，折好就 OK 了。
都有画出来就。
对，这样很方便，也是看你的脸上的那个大小，还有你的舒适度。
完全都不会缝，然后不会用。
对，它
你可以教一下。
都是刚接触这个机器的。
It doesn't matter if she's never made this before. Mrs. Liu is getting one-on-one lessons on how to sew together the shapen earpieces. In no time at all, she has finished the first reusable mask in her life.
15分钟到20分钟，
一个口罩20分钟完。
因为我们是第一次做，所以还是不会做。对，然后
会的话应该更快。
应该吧。2个小朋友上学要用，然后先生每天都上班。
Taking a closer look, the finished products all have an opening where a layer gauze can be added to act as filter, increasing the protection factor.
药房都可以，大家很容易买到。
This is something you can buy at the pharmacy. It's gauze. You can put it in the inner layer of the mask. It's good for filtering.
For instance, if you're just walking on the street and coming into contact with people but not spending prolonged time with them, normal masks like level 1 medical masks are fine. There's no need for level 2 medical masks. Even reusable fabric masks give good results.
Homemade and customizable, the reusable masks can be easily washed each day, so the surgical masks can be saved for those on the medical front lines and sick patients. In times like this, we need to work together to fight the epidemic.
When one is sick and has a runny nose, doctors often recommend a nasal rinse. With the rise in COVID-19, there are rumors that using a nasal rinse is an effective way to guard against the virus. Let's hear what the doctor has to say about that.
Humans use their nose to breathe in oxygen as a part of their need to stay alive. This also informs us that the respiratory pathway of the nasal passage to be the quickest way virus can attack the human body. Besides wearing a mask to protect yourself, the nasal passage already has a self-defense mechanism.
The epithelial cells have a lot of cilia, and through the movement of the cilia, it can help to keep out germs in the nasal passage. The second one is that our upper airway mucosa secretes a lot of immunoglobulins, and these proteins help to kill off viruses when there are not a lot of them present.
The nasal passage acts as a first line of defense, but since it filters out the gunk, it's also very dirty. For those with sinus problems or thick nasal discharge, doctors often recommend using warm saline solution to flush out the toxins.
It can stimulate the cilia's activity in our nose. We know when it moves, it can help keep out bacteria and infections. So when flushing it, the saline can get into our nasal passage and help quickly remove the germs.
Though doctors recommend nasal rinse to reduce infection possibilities, there are rumors that if you flush out your nasal passage with saline solution, you can avoid the likelihood of COVID-19. But is this a valid point?
Some research has found COVID-19 virus in patients' fecal matter, so we're not sure whether going through the gastrointestinal tract will kill off the virus. If during the process of using the nasal rinse, it falls into our digestive tract, then there's potential danger.
Nasal rinse is not currently being recommended as a protection method to guard against the new coronavirus. It is also not recommended for acute sinus patients. Doctors remind the public if there are nasal passage or ear canal pain, after using the rinse, you should stop and get checked out immediately for your own protection.
During this epidemic time, people avoid going out, but the job of sorting recyclables still must be done. In Singapore, there's a group of senior volunteers who report to the Eco-Awareness Center every day. They're still scared of the virus, but they have faith in the preventative measures at the center.
During this epidemic period, many people keep at home afraid of catching outside viruses, but a group of senior volunteers report to the Eco-Awareness Center each day.
家没有人，我一个人。
不用害怕，要自己预防，自己有免疫力就比较安全了。
要保护干净，回家冲凉要洗手了。
Despite their fears of the novel coronavirus, the seniors still come to the recycling station with confidence, as this has been serving as their spiritual home. The volunteers in charge of sanitizing the place each day have diligently done so, ensuring the seniors' health and safety.
The bleach is 5 parts water and 1 part solution to achieve desanitizing properties. We had a professional come by to sanitize the entire place already, and each day we wipe down everything after they go home to keep germs at bay. We want them to come here with confidence and go home confident too. When I see the seniors come by, I'm so happy about it because they're healthy and strong when they're here, and smiles drape on their faces when they leave. My heart is bursting.
The continuation of the Eco-Awareness Center not only helps seniors pass time, but also helps to lessen the burden on Earth, as global warming doesn't stop just because there is a virus attacking the world.
Master Zheng Yan teaches us to use this opportunity to reflect on what we need to change and what we need to do. Doing recycling is the foundation of it all, and we can't stop this. We also need to purify their hearts and let them know that adopting a vegetarian diet is the most important right now.
Whether it is a virus epidemic or global warming, these are global concerns and require the cooperation of everyone to deal with using wisdom and compassion.
The epidemic has forced many schools to close down. It also means that the students cannot go to school. However, Tzu Chi continues its care to these students. In Wuhan, the volunteers use video conferencing to encourage 38 scholarship recipients.
Out on the street. 华中科技大学的助学生一共有38位。
There are 38 Tzu Chi scholarship recipients studying at Huazhong University of Science and Technology, and their houses are in Huagang, Hubei province. This area is closed off because of the epidemic, so they cannot go to school. Therefore, 3 or 4 volunteers formed a team to call one student with video conferencing to encourage them.
他们微信视频打电话关心他们。
Have you gained weight? Did you gain some weight during the winter holiday?
Wuhan is sealed off, so the city is very quiet, but people's hearts can be warm.
夏静林妈妈你好啊！
那是他侄女，那正好在家可以辅导一下，对不对呀？
网络上的体育课，对吧？
生些什么病啊？
就是不年的时候，就是妈妈牙疼说。
The volunteers talk to them about trivial things, but also pass on their care and love to the students. hoping that they will be fine after the epidemic is over.
The epidemic outbreak seems to be under control in China, but people still do not dare to let down their guards. City volunteers in Changchun, Jilin province still follow the government's rule of staying at home. However, they use the internet for their spiritual cultivation and also to promote vegetarianism.
As the epidemic is still spreading, Changchun Tzu Chi volunteers made a video on vegetarianism and is viral on the social media circle.
素食135。
What we're promoting is to help people who are already vegetarians to continue their vegetarian diet and also to invite those who aren't eating vegetarian diet to join our 135 vegetarianism.
The 135 video mentions means 1 refers to one goal, and that is to eat vegetarian meal. 3 refers to 3 directions: tasty, healthy, and environmental friendly. 5 refers to the 5 persistence, and in 1 month, there have been more than 5,000 people supporting this.
Initially, I was against this vegetarian appeal because I'd feel those who do it are superior and looking down on another. How dare you suggest I do something? But the online study group shows my initiation and action. The initiation and the action parts really get into my heart, so I also decided to eat vegetarian diet.
You tell him to eat vegetarian diet because it's good for his health, but you also must teach him how to make vegetarian meal. Sometimes in our dining hall we have many fruits, so I'd cut them up, plate them. Then I put yogurt nuts on them and people can eat them. I want them to know that vegetarian diet is beautiful and nutritious.
The volunteers use the internet for spiritual cultivation and also share their experiences in vegetarian diet. They can also express how they feel about the epidemic and pray for the public.
What I can do now is to join everyone and pray and offer my strength for the epidemic, for the people of Wuhan and the people who have been affected.
During this month, for around 26 days, we have gathered 2,544 people in prayer meetings. Aren't we amazed and touched by this number? We are also grateful to each other.
The power of prayer gathers through the internet, so they can pass on love without any obstacle.
Indonesian city volunteer Yesi participated in a volunteer training event 4 years ago. During the event, she saw a video where a cow was forced to drink water to increase its weight. Seeing this cruel act, she decided to make a change in her diet and invited her family to join her.
Suatu ketika di 2016,
in 2016, when I joined volunteer training, I saw a video where a cow was forced to drink water. They were doing so to increase the cow's weight, but actually this act was the cause of death for many of the cows.
Ada sebagian sapinya itu meninggal karena inilah.
The footage was the inspiration of Yesi's family for going vegetarian. The youngest son, who also witnessed the video that day, was the first one to make a change.
Karena kan saya masih sekolah.
The difficulty I encountered was when my classroom would gather after school to eat snakes with meat in them. Since I've already decided, I must then resist the temptation.
Seeing her son's determination, Yesi also decided to join in support and has made delicious vegetarian meals for the entire family.
After going vegetarian, I find life to be much simpler. I've been able to cut down on our grocery budget because the money we have spent on meat could be used to purchase a lot of vegetables.
After a year of eating vegetarian, I went to the hospital for checkup, and it showed that my uric acid levels dropped. The doctor asked me if I've changed my diet to vegetarian because my blood work came back beautifully too.
Besides helping her husband regain his health, Yesi is even more diligent at the recycling station to ensure the planet's health is improved. Yesi makes sure she promotes vegetarianism in her spare time, as well as living the zero-waste lifestyle.
A care recipient in Malacca has been living with his adopted mother. Ever since she had a stroke, he became helpless. City volunteers reach out to help.
Tzu Chi care recipient Yap Allen brought some pastries to visit his adopted mother whenever he has breaks.
I brought more food she likes to eat with her. It's my way of paying back. Before, I wasn't so visual. I often left her home alone to go out to work every day. Afterwards, she got depression. The doctor said that she might have had a stroke, so now she can walk. We shouldn't rush to be visual when our parents are sick.
Tadi makan kue apa tuh, Bi? Kue ginga.
Yap Allen used to live with his adopted mother, but she had a sudden stroke and turned his life into a mess. So the volunteers gave timely assistance and calmed his worried mind.
收入还不稳定啊，收入稳定，然后因为他
I don't have stable income and I don't know how to pay her hospital expenses or how to take care of her.
一时之间，他好像觉得很无助啊，所以就是去看到这个。
He was very helpless all of a sudden. We saw how he was, so we handled things for him to ease his mind. During the New Year holiday, volunteers went to bath her and cooked for her.
还有一个卫生很重要啊，为什么卫生啊？
Sanitation is very important because a dirty environment breeds germs. It's crucial to keep the house clean.
健康，开开心心，平平安安。
Volunteers prepared foods for him and his adopted mother to have a reunion dinner.
His mother has lived in a nursing home for a long time and hasn't come back for a while. We brought her back for the holiday to be with her son, and it's also good for her to return home.
I got problems in life. My income is not enough to cover my expenses, so I don't manage it well. But they taught me how to budget with it. Only Tzu Chi will do this.
Volunteers' love and companionships are like family to Yap Allen. They are the strongest supports to him.
The Philippine chapter offers a special vocational training class, including subjects like sewing. 35-year-old Melanie feels the course gives hope to people.
Melanie, who lives in Mandaluyong City, often thinks of her folks in her hometown, Mercedes Village.
Imagine mo yung wala talagang pagkakitaan. Yung mga bata sa umaga, yung minsan.
Imagine a family without money, where children are forced to borrow a pot from a neighbor just to cook. This is the reality of my hometown. After cooking the rice, the whole pot was stolen.
Yun talaga ang katotohanan din sa amin. Nagkakaroon ng nakawan ng kalderong may laman ng kanin.
Melanie's husband is a prison guard. They want to reverse the plight of illegal fishing in their hometown. They saw the Tzu Chi vocational training course from Facebook. After Melanie finished her sewing class, she decided to help other folks develop their own skill.
Long-term plan ko kasi after 3 years, pag kaya ko nang tumayo ng sariling.
My long-term plan is 3 years to see if I can make a good living and help train others with sewing expertise so they can make a living too.
Ngayon kasi andito ako sa Mandaluyong, kung sino yung pwede kong matulungan na, lalo kababaihan.
Melanie is not afraid to continue honing her skills. It's only through persistence that she can help those in her hometown escape poverty.
Dharma masters from the Jingsi abode have gone to central and southern Taiwan to remind volunteers to take preventative measures against the epidemic. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.